What's up guys, welcome to another video. My name is Mike Fixicardi. Today we're going to be working on my sister's Volkswagen Beetle 1.8 Turbo. Now the car is having an issue on startup. If you look at the dashboard, you'll see this yellow oil light blinking. Now that would be quite alarming if that symbol was actually red, but yellow is a warning sign, so I hook up my OBD11 scan tool and let's see what we find. Alright, it looks like we have 4 codes. Let's open up the menu further and see exactly what those codes are. So it looks like we have 2 codes for the oil level thermal sensor and 1 for the engine control module. Let's get under the car and see what we could find. Wow guys, I don't know if you see what I see, but let me pull you over here. So actually I see the problem already. Let me know what you see. Here's our sensor here. That's the oil level sensor. There's our wire connector there. Completely severed from here. Well, that would certainly be the problem. And it looks like something chewed through the wires here. And some damage up here. I'm going to pull this connector off. We'll repair this wiring here. We got to repair it in 3 spots here. It's nice and warm over here, so an animal must crawl under there at nighttime and take a little bit of a midnight snack on some wires. Why? I don't know how tasty they are. Alright guys, well I was happy to see that issue right away and I don't have to worry about actually removing that sensor from the oil pan, but being that we're going to be working on electrical components, let's disconnect the negative terminal from our battery first. Just a little background guys, this actually happened a few years ago also, and the previous repair was done by the dealership, so it happened now again, and I have literally just enough wire here to make the repair. So I'm going to remove the connector here and I'm going to cut away the damaged portion of the wires and we'll get everything over to the bench. Next I'm going to continue cleaning up these wires, making sure to strip all of the damaged portions away from the wires, as well as now exposing some good clean copper for us to work with. Leave me a comment down below guys, tell us your rodent story. Has this ever happened to your car? And what kind of damage was done? As you can see here, all the wires are nice and clean and now it's ready for us to repair. So the way I like to make these repairs is with Solderstick. I'll link it down in the description if you want to use this for yourself. It's very simple and straightforward to use guys. We'll start with our 2 clean sections of wires that we want to fuse together. Make sure you're going to fuse together the wires that are the same colors as each other. It's only 3 wires here, so we don't want to mix and match the wrong colored wires. We'll fan out the strands of copper on both ends of the wires that we plan to fuse together. We'll then intertwine those wires together. We'll slip over the solder stick and then we'll melt the center until that solder starts to flow, fusing each section of wire together. Okay guys, as you can see here, the repair has been complete on this section of wire. I'm going to link another video for you guys if you want to see a little more detail of how to repair with the solder stick. Now this next step is completely up to you guys. It's not necessary, but I wanted to make it look a little bit neater, so I add a little bit of heat shrink over the wires that I repaired just to make it look nice. Now we'll go ahead, get back underneath the car, and we're going to make that same exact repair here. We will be splicing in our wire connector into the actual body harness. Make sure you match up each wire color for color. Do not mix them up. Finally, we'll go ahead and finish off our beautiful repair with some wire harness tape. I'll link the solder stick as well as the wire harness tape in the description so you can pick it up for yourself. Next, we'll get back into the engine bay and we'll reconnect our battery. Give it a start, see if that light goes away. Alright guys, well that was the fix, okay? So as you can see, that little yellow light telling you that something's up with your oil sensor went away. So that repair is successful. She just so happened to need an oil change, so I'm going to do that quick and rotate her tires. Very simple. Remove the Torx bolt on your oil pan and let that oil flow. We'll get back into the engine bay, we'll remove the engine cover, and then we will loosen up the oil filter housing. I like to break out a nice plastic bag, this way we could catch any of the oil that drips out of this housing. We'll remove the old filter and pop the new one in place. Also, don't forget to remove the old gasket, lube up your new one, and put it back on your oil filter housing, and then screw it in place, tightening it just past hand tight. We'll get back underneath the car, we'll put a new crush washer on our drain plug bolt and get that tightened in place. And in case you guys were wondering, on German cars I use Liqui-Moly 5W40 oil. I put a link down in the description if you need to pick some up. Next up, I'll put the under tray back on. And then when I always do the oil changes, the last thing I do is I like to rotate the tires. So the way I always do it is I just take the front wheels and I move them directly to the back. You can do it a little bit differently. You can crisscross the rear wheels with the front, but we don't need to do it that way. We'll do that quick. Let me know down in the comments, guys, which way do you prefer to rotate your tires? This is always a good time to clean up any corrosion on your hub. Okay guys, well that's it. I torqued all the wheels down to 90 foot-pounds. Everything is looking good here. I did notice that she does need some rear brakes, so we'll probably be doing that to the next oil change. Thank you guys for watching. Support the channel by hitting that thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my future episodes. As always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.